You've got to be kidding me. Triple H just ended Gunther's career because he had the audacity to put his hands on the untouchable Goldberg. Are you serious right now? So let me get this straight. Gunther, the man who carried WWE on his back for 666 days as Intercontinental Champion, the ring general who brought prestige back to that title, the guy who's been putting on 5-star classics week after week, is now cancelled because a 58-year-old part-timer who can barely last 5 minutes in the ring got his feelings hurt. This is absolutely insane, and I'm about to tell you exactly why this decision might be the biggest mistake Triple H has ever made in his entire tenure running WWE. Before we dive into this absolute trainwreck of a situation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next on WrestleSphere. We're about to expose the truth that WWE doesn't want you to know, and I need you in the comments telling me if I'm right or if I've lost my mind. Subscribe now. Let's set the scene here, people. Gunther, the most dominant Intercontinental Champion in history, the man who made every single opponent look like they just went through an absolute war, the wrestler who redefined what it means to be a workhorse in this industry, is now facing potential cancellation because he had a physical altercation with Goldberg. And why did this happen? Because apparently, in Triple H's WWE, legends are more valuable than the actual talent that shows up every single week. Do you know what the most infuriating part about this is? Goldberg hasn't been relevant in professional wrestling for years. The man shows up once, maybe twice a year, squashes somebody in 3 minutes, collects his massive paycheck, and disappears back into the sunset. Meanwhile, Gunther is out there every single Monday Night Raw, every premium live event, putting his body on the line, delivering matches that people will remember for decades, and this is how he gets treated. Let me ask you something, when was the last time Goldberg had a genuinely good match? Oh wait, was it against The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia where he nearly killed himself and Taker with that botched jackhammer? Was it against Roman Reigns where he gassed out in literally 4 minutes? Or maybe it was one of his matches with Bobby Lashley that the WWE Universe actively booed because nobody wanted to see it. But sure, Triple H, let's protect that guy and throw the future of your company under the bus. Here's what really happened, and I want you to pay close attention because this exposes everything wrong with how WWE treats their legends versus their current roster. Reports are coming out that Gunther and Goldberg had a heated exchange backstage. Words were said, tensions escalated, and Gunther, being the real fighter that he is, didn't back down. He stood his ground against a part-timer who thinks he can walk into WWE and demand respect without earning it week after week like everyone else has too. And what does Triple H do? Does he sit both men down and mediate like a proper leader? Does he recognize that Gunther has more value to WWE's future than Goldberg ever will at this point in his career? No. He sides with the nostalgia act and punishes the guy who's been carrying this company. It's like punishing your employee of the year because they had an argument with someone who only shows up to the office twice a year for photo ops. The hypocrisy here is absolutely staggering. Triple H, the same Triple H who built his entire career on being the cerebral assassin, the guy who would do anything to get ahead, is now playing politics and protecting the old guard at the expense of the very talent he claims to value. Wasn't Triple H supposed to be different from Vince? Wasn't he supposed to prioritize wrestling and in-ring talent over part-timers and spectacle? Was the most prestigious championship in all of WWE. More prestigious than the Universal Championship, more prestigious than the WWE Championship at times, because Gunther made it mean something. Every defense was a war. Every match told a story. Every opponent left that ring having been in the fight of their lives. That is what Gunther brought to WWE, and Triple H wants to throw that away for Goldberg. Do you remember Goldberg's last run? Let me refresh your memory. He beat Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship in a match that lasted 22 seconds. 22 seconds. Kevin Owens, who had been champion for months, who had put on incredible matches, got squashed like a nobody. Then Goldberg went on to lose to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in a match that, while entertaining for what it was, did nothing for WWE's long-term future. That's Goldberg's legacy in the modern era, coming back to make full-time talent look weak so that part-timers can have their moment. And now, Gunther is paying the price for not playing that game. He didn't bow down to the legend. He didn't kiss the ring. He treated Goldberg like what he is, a part-timer who doesn't deserve special treatment just because he had a legendary streak 25 years ago. And for that, his career might be over. The WWE Universe is furious about this, and rightfully so. Social media is exploding with fans demanding that Triple H reverse this decision. The hashtag Justice for Gunther is trending worldwide. Fans are threatening to cancel their Peacock subscriptions. People are saying they're done with WWE if this is how they're going to treat their most talented performers. And you know what? They're absolutely right to feel that way. This sets a dangerous precedent. What message does this send to the rest of the locker room? It tells them that it doesn't matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter how many great matches you have, it doesn't matter if you show up every single week and give everything you have, if you cross a legend, you're done. It tells the roster that the old guard will always be protected over the current talent, no matter what. Think about the other wrestlers in that locker room right now. Guys like Chad Gable, who had the series of his life with Gunther. Drew McIntyre, who went to war with the Ring General. Sami Zayn, who had that incredible moment winning the Intercontinental Championship from Gunther at WrestleMania. All of these guys are watching this situation and realizing that their hard work means nothing if they don't play politics correctly. And let's be real about something else, Goldberg's ego is legendary in the worst way possible. There are countless stories from wrestlers, staff members, and insiders about how difficult Goldberg is to work with, how he refuses to put people over, how he only cares about his own image. Chris Jericho has talked about it. Bret Hart has talked about it. Multiple people have confirmed that Goldberg is all about Goldberg. So why is WWE protecting this guy? The answer is simple, and it's the same answer that's been plaguing wrestling for decades: money. WWE thinks that Goldberg's name still draws casual viewers. They think that nostalgia will bring in those lapsed fans who haven't watched wrestling in years. And you know what? They might be right about that. A big game about building for the future, about making WWE a wrestling company again, about respecting the talent. But this decision proves that it's all just talk. When push comes to shove, when he has to choose between protecting a legend's ego and supporting his current roster, he chooses the legend every single time. That's not building for the future, that's repeating the same mistakes that WWE has been making for the past 20 years. And let's address the elephant in the room. If this was Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes who had an altercation with Goldberg, would they be getting cancelled? Absolutely not. They'd probably turn it into a storyline and make millions off of it. But because it's Gunther, because he's not one of Triple H's chosen golden boys, he gets thrown under the bus. The favoritism is blatant and it's disgusting. The wrestling world is watching this situation very carefully. AEW is watching. New Japan is watching. Every independent promotion is watching. And you know what they're seeing. They're seeing that WWE doesn't value their talent the way they claim to. They're seeing an opportunity to potentially sign one of the best wrestlers in the world if WWE is stupid enough to actually let Gunther go. Tony Khan is probably salivating at the possibility of Walter returning to the independent scene or showing up in AEW. Imagine Gunther in AEW going against Kenny Omega, against Bryan Danielson, against Will Ospreay. Imagine the dream matches that could happen if WWE actually follows through with this cancellation. Those matches would absolutely tear the house down, and WWE would be kicking themselves for years knowing they let that talent walk away because they wanted to protect Goldberg's fragile ego. This isn't just about Gunther anymore. This is about the soul of professional wrestling. This is about whether we value wrestling and in-ring performance, or whether we value nostalgia and part-timers who haven't been relevant in years. This is about whether Triple H is actually going to be the change that WWE needs, or if he's just going to be Vince McMahon with better PR. The ball is in Triple H's court now. He can either reverse this decision, apologize to Gunther and the WWE Universe, and prove that he actually stands by his claims of valuing wrestling and talent. Or he can double down on this mistake, cancel Gunther's career, and prove to everyone that WWE will never actually change, no matter who's in charge. What do you think? Am I right about this, or am I being too harsh on Triple H? Should Gunther be punished for standing up to Goldberg, or should Goldberg be the one getting heat for starting drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, I want to hear from every single one of you. And if you're as angry about this as I am, share this video everywhere so people know what's really going on in WWE. This is WrestleSphere, and we'll see you in the next one.